Welcome to Module 3. Today we will talk about innovation, and bear with me. Well, this is a short video. Module number 3 will have two different videos, one talking about innovation and the second one will talk about lean startup. Okay, so hopefully this will be fun. There's a few things I wanted to highlight about this topic. So let's start with this interesting question. Which of this product represents innovation? Which one? Spanx? TerraFugia? Maybe some of you haven't heard about TerraFugia or Spanx, so I'm going to encourage you to Google both companies, okay? This is female underwear, okay? In this case, these are tights, okay? And this is a flying car. This is a flying car, and this is like the first prototype of TerraFugia. This is not a new company. Actually, this company was sold a few years ago. And you can see this prototype as well as other designs that they were working on when they sold the company, okay? It was started by MIT alumni. So yes, it's a flying car, okay? And the answer to the question is both. Both represent innovation. Spanx basically changed tremendously the way underwear was designed, built, and the value it created for women. Okay, so the designs, the fabric, the way they put together all the pieces, and this specific brand became very famous because it promised no panty lines. Okay, so again, very interesting, and they innovate in many components. And TerraFugia, of course, they combine different elements from a car and a plane to create a hybrid. Okay, so very, very interesting. The important thing here is that innovation is not only about technology. Most of the time when we talk about technology, people think about rockets and apps and phones, computers, but the fact is that innovation could happen in many other elements within a company. It doesn't need to be a product or service, okay? It could also be the business model, the marketing side, even human resources. So you can innovate in any of those components, and it could actually add tremendous value to your company and to the whole industry. And I like to use Netflix example, okay, because what they did was basically innovate in the business model behind the company, like behind the industry. So most of the companies back then that rent movies, were using the Blockbuster model. Physical store, you have to go in there, rent your movie, and come back later to return it. Netflix changed the whole dynamic, okay? So no physical stores. They were delivering their videos first over mail. Okay, then of course they start using streaming. But again, what they changed was the business model, not the movies, not the final product, not the and they also innovate in terms of how they charge for the services. So it was again part of the business model. What is innovation? Okay, again, innovation is not about technology alone. Okay, it's not necessarily just about rockets and apps. In fact, innovation, according to Schumpeter, okay, and we talked about Schumpeter before, economists basically start talking about entrepreneurs, but he also talked about the importance of innovation, okay, and how this new combinations, okay, new combinations. We're not talking necessarily about things that never existed before. In many cases, innovation is about using things that exist today in a very different way, okay? Again, new combinations. This could be new products, the quality of those products, okay? new markets, new methods of production, new sources of raw material. You can create a completely new organization. Okay, so again, innovation is just this new concept of recombining or combining elements that all could be used today in a very different way, but when you combine it, okay, again, you could create something new, you can create more value, and certainly you can create something completely new by using things differently, okay? Another important concept, okay, and this, you can find this in the Bill Aulet's book, Discipline Entrepreneurship, okay? And he basically underlined the fact that innovation is not just the invention, the new thing you create. If that new thing you create could not be commercialized, so if you don't find a use for this, if you cannot take it to the market and convince people to buy this, okay, if you cannot take it to the market, it's not innovation. It's just an invention, okay, which is important, which is a component, okay, of the whole thing, but it's not innovation. To be considered innovation, you need to have a new thing, okay, a new product, a new service, a new process, but that needs to be applied or it needs to be commercialized in order to be called innovation, okay? That's important because that's where entrepreneurship become like a very important component, okay, of this equation. Where innovation comes from, okay? People believe innovation only comes from startups. Other people believe it comes from big companies or corporations. The truth is that today, innovation could come from startups, corporations, big companies, or individuals like you. The important thing is that you create something new, you combine things differently, you create value, you are able to commercialize it, and voila, that you are part of this process of creating, okay, new valuable either products, services, processes, companies, okay? What is the relationship between innovation and entrepreneurship? Well, innovation is actually a big part of what's happening within the entrepreneurship field. It's a key component, okay? Entrepreneurship, it's all about creating value, bringing new things, and actually make sure those new things, okay, are commercialized, are in the market, and are delighting customers. So I created a graph here to basically walk through the whole process. So you have the innovation. It could be incremental or disruptive, okay? The difference is that incremental is when you change something just to improve what you have. And the best example is your phone, your smartphone. Every 6 months, okay, you got what it's called incremental innovation. So the camera or the screen or the operational system, something changed to provide you a better smartphone. But it's incremental. It's just a few things. You are not changing the phone. You're not changing the business model. You're not changing anything dramatically. But when you have disruptive innovation, okay, what we are talking about is that you took, for example, something that was really expensive, complicated to use, and it was basically targeting a very small niche in the market. And you actually go from there to creating something cheaper, simple, or easier to use, and then you actually bring that to the masses, to bigger market. Okay, that's disruption. Okay, so you took a product or an industry, and basically you create something that changed the whole dynamics and who can acquire the product and what prices. Basically, most of the time it's it's cheaper. Okay, so people that were not able to buy it before can buy it now. Okay, those changes, those kind of innovation, okay, will be behind the creation of high growth ventures, new products again, new industries, and actually will bring new customers, okay? So that's probably the outcomes you'll see, okay? And this is all happening through the entrepreneurship, okay, process and dynamic. So, and entrepreneurs are behind the creation of high growth ventures, of those new products, new industries, and certainly bringing new customers to the market. So the effect that we are looking at, it's economic development, okay? And this is why every single region around the world is so interested in starting basically to give tools and resources so universities, individuals, and companies could create this innovation, okay, either incremental or disruptive. Um, Regions are also focusing most of their resources into supporting entrepreneurs in this process of creating new products, disrupting the industry, creating high growth ventures, because at the end of the day, what they want to see is economic development. Okay, so I think that's all for now. Okay, and see you in the video 3.2. We will talk about lean startup. Thank you.